Well, it's 8 in the morning, and it's another perfect morning here in Peoria, Arizona. That's West Wing Mountain. Looks like it's about 85 or so. And I'm going to do a quick walk around and describe what may have been the final planting of trees on my property. I'm not sure yet, but I'm getting pretty damn close. So I'm going to start over here on the east side, just past the, well, these are from last year. This is a windbreak because we get a lot of winds coming out of the north here. And this is for the avocados that I planted and containered last year. And they're doing really well now. They're getting a lot of new growth. They didn't look so good last year, but I guess that's because they were in little containers. Now they're in 25-gallon containers. And you can see they're busting out with new growth all over the place. I've got 3 different varieties. I've got a Fuerte, I've got a Lamb's Haas, and then I've got a Surprise over here. And they all take full sun. I'm going to leave the sunshade up though this year because I don't want them to get burned out. Then I've got I just had these planted, 4-column ficus that they got planted yesterday. This one seems to be drooping or something. I don't know what's going on here. Whatever. So those got planted. That's just to provide a little shade over here and to kind of block what will be the cat house. Just from the street view, it'll soften the whole wall over there. So if you see the roof of this thing, you won't see too much of it. This is what I just had planted yesterday. This is a kumquat, and it's a really, really cool citrus family tree, and it gets these little fruits. I'm gonna pull one off. I think I'm gonna pull one off and eat one. Gotta find a nice ripe one in here. I saw one earlier. Yeah, here's a good one. So it's just a little fruit. You can see how big it is. It's not real big. It's like a grape. And you eat the whole skin. In fact, the skin's the best part. The skin's sweet and the inside's sour, and the combination's phenomenal. And the other thing about it is it blooms all year. I mean, it's just busting out with fruit. I mean, look at all those in there. That's all over this tree. I got a really nice one. I'm real happy with this one here. And anyway, there's the water tank, 500-gallon workshop thing. Had those planted 3 summers ago. They're giant, as you can tell. They are, I don't know, they're probably 15 foot tall maybe. I haven't measured them. They're pretty tall. And then I planted these pygmy palms a couple months ago. They're doing pretty well. And I planted them around Lake Tornero, what will be a waterfall over here. I had that multi-trunk ficus planted last year, and it's filling in that space really nicely. And I'll walk around over here, planted those pygmies. I just had this Mediterranean fan palm planted yesterday, and it's just ginormous, and I love it. And I don't know if you can see, there's another one behind it over there. I'll walk around to that in a minute. That's the fruitless olive. I had it planted last year as well. It's coming in nicely. This is a citrus. This is a ruby red grapefruit citrus. No, I'm sorry. No. This is a Lisbon lemon here. This is my big one. This one has lemons on it. And so you can see there's one in there. They're up there. It had a ton of them on there last year. It's kind of funny. You don't think there's hardly any. And then because they're green, it takes a while before you can start spotting them. This is my grapefruit. This is the ruby red grapefruit. And this thing's got busting out with fruit all over the place. I mean, you can see them all in there. This one's doing really nice too. And that one went in last year. So did this this guy over here is a Myers lemon. Had that one planted last year. And you can see there's lemons growing on it. And it should do pretty well. It's got a pretty good number of lemons. I expected more. It had more on it last year, but then again, it lived its whole life in that box, so they always have a little bit of shock. This guy here didn't do much at all. This is a Bear's Lime. Last year, it didn't produce. It had a few pieces of fruit on it, and it just fell off because they had a little issue with the root ball when they planted this one. But you can see there's some pretty decent limes growing on it this year. And then over here, I'm going to back up a little bit. These are the multi-trunk ficus I had planted last year. You can see there's one there. It's about, I don't know, 9-10 feet tall. And those are going to spread out and go wide. I'm not going to let them get real tall or real big. I'm going to keep them trimmed back in respect for the neighbor's pool. And then this is what I just had planted yesterday. This is a clementine tangerine, and this is a really nicely shaped one too, you can tell. And it'll fit, I think it will do very nicely in this corner here. And this one has fruit on it as well. I saw a whole bunch of clusters of it. Yeah, you can see in there. Oops. You can see there's a whole cluster of them right there. Those will be those, they call them cuties. And anyway, so that's the deal. The clementine, the kumquat, the Mediterranean fan palm, and the calm ficus got planted yesterday. And then we had some columns planted over at Emily's, but it's turning out really nicely. I really like this kind of a jungly, sort of a botanic garden nursery type feel back here. That's kind of what I was going for. So I'll get the quad out of there pretty soon and put it over here on the side. It doesn't belong over there, but I parked it there just so I could keep the battery charged. So anyway, it's all looking good. So yeah, that's the scene, man. So good, baby, so good. Yeah, I'll put in some more things. I want some sago palms, and I might get another palm or two. I'm talking smaller ones. And I haven't buried any of the irrigation yet. You can see it's all exposed and all these hoses and shit. It's like a fucking spaghetti mess here. But I'll do it in time. I probably won't put the irrigation underground this summer, but I might. We'll see. But I do need to make accommodations for some smaller plants because I want to fill in with smaller ones. Now that I've got some shade back here, I can put some lower ground, medium-sized to small-sized plants, and just to accent things and stuff. So, and they'll probably be like a brick, like sidewalk thing, kind of a pathway that you can walk around and stuff like that. So, and over here on the workshop, I'm going to pour a pad. There'll be a pad where I'm pointing, where all that piles of concrete is and that irrigation box and stuff. There'll be a pad that's 7 feet by 10 feet that I'll be able to work on, like if I need to cut wood and stuff like that. So anyway, that's it. That's my scene, man. And there's West Swing Mountain.